Okay, so now we're doing the heart, and I already dissected it, so I'm just gonna put it together and name all the parts off. But right here we have the right side of the heart and the left side of the heart. You can kind of tell by this diagonal line right here that separates the right and left sides. So right side, left side, and then the apex is just the point right here. It's like the pointy part at the bottom of the heart. So that's your apex. And then you'll know the anterior and posterior sides by the diagonal line will always be the anterior side, which is the front. And then if you flip it over, there's no like distinct diagonal line. Like you have this one, but it's not diagonal. So this is the posterior, and then this is anterior. So you have your right atrium, which would be over here, like where these little flaps are. This, your atrium is right here. And you're gonna have your right atrium and your right ventricle. So your right atrium, right ventricle is right here. And then your left atrium, right here, you see this other part? Left atrium and left ventricle. And if we open that, you can see that too. How you have the, I'll do it with this side, the like right atrium and then the ventricle. Next we have the interventricular septum, and that is just the like the muscle between the two sides of the heart, like the two ventricles. So it's just right here, down along the middle. You can kind of see it. I didn't cut it extremely well, so it's kind of hard to define some of the spots. But your tricuspid valve is, okay. So the tricuspid is gonna be, I don't know if I can see it. We're just gonna say, I don't know. It was hard for me to determine whether it was like right here or right here, but I think the way that the blood vessels come in, I think that the tricuspid valve is like up here, leading into the ventricle, and then the bicuspid valve, let's see, we have the left side, is right here. Like it's right in here, and it's kind of like you can see it. Oh no, the tricuspid valve is actually right here. I forgot that I found that earlier. I can actually kind of pull it out. It's right here. It's right in there, separating the atrium and the ventricle. But so tricuspid and bicuspid, and then you have your chordae tendineae, which is actually your heartstrings, but called chordae tendineae. It's right here. Kind of cut them, but these ones are still attached down here. You can see them. Your aorta, okay, I'm gonna put it back together. Your aorta is kind of just going down the middle, and I'm using these tweezers because the probe was kind of too big, or too pointy, I mean. So we're just gonna find it here. So this right here is the, hold on, I'll put it in there a better way. Right here would be the aorta, because it's just going down through the middle. So let's see, if we go at this standpoint, I kind of mutilated this, didn't cut it up well, so you can see it like the top of the heart. Here's the aorta right here, and then the pulmonary artery, yeah, I don't know how I want to look at this. I'm going to use these again. Pulmonary artery right here, going into the right ventricle, or the right atrium, and then into the right ventricle. And then the pulmonary veins are right here. You have all these veins well, not this one that's going into the aorta right here, but you have all these over here, which are little pulmonary veins, and that's it.